Crafties, welcome to another Tunisian Tuesday. My name is Infiniti and today I have brought you another tutorial. Oh, the hesitation. Okay, so today's tutorial is going to be the Tunisian bobble stitch. It is super fun and I thought we needed a nice and bubbly stitch tutorial for this beautiful spring season that is blossoming. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into my tutorial. Okay guys, so for today's tutorial, you're going to want to cast on in increments of 4. So for my swatch and for the sake of this tutorial, I have cast on 16. So if you want to take the time to pause this video and do your cast on, that's cool. If you don't know how to do a cast on, I have a whole Tunisian crochet playlist that takes you through the beginner stuff all the way through all my stitch tutorials to date. So I'm going to go ahead and meet you guys once you've finished your cast on. Okay crafties, once you have done your cast on, what you're going to do is do your returning pass. So that's chaining 1, and you are going to yarn over and pull through 2 to the end. Alright, so once you do that, what you're going to do, and this is where math kind of comes in, do I want to do that? No. I'm going to work up another row of Tunisian simple stitch for this one because I see how my other swatch turned out and I don't want that little bump at the bottom. So go ahead and do a second row of Tunisian simple stitch and then do your other returning pass. Alright, so now we can actually start our pattern. So again, our stitch count, we have 16 stitches across. So you want to keep that in mind. So what I want to do is Tunisian simple stitch, not in this first one, but this second one on the row, as always. And then I'm going to do another one. Alright, and then in this third one, I'm going to insert my hook knitwise. So you're going to be working this as though you are going to work a knit stitch. But first, before we insert our hook, we're going to yarn over and insert it because we're going to be doing a double crochet. So yarn over, pull up a loop, and only pull through 2. And we're going to be doing this 4 times. So yarn over again. Insert your hook knitwise, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Alright, and then there's 2 of those. So we're going to do 2 more. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. There's 3 of them. And then we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have all 4 of our required stitches, and it makes this little fan look right here for now. What we're going to do is yarn over again. We're going to pull through 4 of those. So yarning over, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'd like to do a little tug because it kind of helps make it pop. And you're going to chain 1. Okay? And that is our first bobble. Now it might look flat. Let's zoom in a little bit. It might look flat here. But what you're going to do is Tunisian simple stitch in the next stitch. And it can be hard to see, so make sure you push that bobble over so you can see your stitch. And you are going to pull up that loop as normal. And that pushes your bobble forward. Okay, and if it's not, you can use your finger and kind of shove it forward. Sounds aggressive, but hey. Alright, so then put a little space between this guy. You can do this in any increment you like. You just have to either follow your pattern or make sure you're keeping your count if you're designing your own project with these guys. Alright, but I'm good with having mine 2 apart. That sounds good. So now I'm going to yarn over and insert my hook knitwise again, and I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to do that 4 times so I can, well, 3 more times so I can create my next bobble. Alright, now that I have my 4, I can yarn over and pull through all 4. Give it a little slight tug, and then I chain 1. And then I make sure that I'm going into the actual next bobble, which is not that one. Sorry, the next stitch. I feel like I said bobble. The next stitch. And sometimes it might seem like your bobble stitches will push to the back like this. Just push them forward. And then I do another stitch. And I just keep repeating this all the way across this row. Alright, so I finished my first row of bobbles, and this is what it looks like. You should still have the same 16 stitches that you started out with, and I do, but make sure you double count before you move on and do your returning pass. I'm going to do that returning pass now, and then we can move on to the next row. And then everybody's different when they work their bobbles. So some people will go immediately into working their bobbles on this next row. I like to put another like one row of Tunisian simple stitch between my bobbles. So I'm going to do that. And again, that's just working into that second stitch, inserting your hook, pulling up a loop. Doing that all the way across. Now it can be kind of funny to do this on top of these bobbles, but you just, again, you identify that front loop, and it may require pulling it apart a little bit to see the stitch. And once you pull it apart, you can definitely see it. And you can just simple stitch into that and keep working your row as normal. Into that last stitch. Okay, and you can see now that that looks way like more defined. Let me see if my light, if I turn it down, you can see that these bobbles are more defined when you do it like that. So that's mainly why I do it. Now I'm going to do my returning pass, and I want to talk a little bit. So people, sometimes they offset these things. If you're designing like a letter blanket or some kind of graphic scarf or something with a like image that you're trying to map out, then of course you get to work these in different increments in a variety of ways. As you saw in my swatch, I offset my bobbles just to kind of play around with the idea. So I mean, you have so many options when it comes to this stitch, and it's so fun and easy to work up once you get the hang of it. Okay, so now that I've done that, I think for this swatch I want to not offset them. So I'm going to work my 2 simple stitches, and then I'm going to start working my bobble into this 3rd one. So again, that's yarning over, inserting your hook knitwise into this next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then you're going to do that 3 more times. There's 2. There's 3. And there's 4. And I yarn over and pull through all 4. Tug on it a little bit, and then I chain 1. And then I work a simple stitch into that next one. Okay? And if you continue doing this, you'll end up again with a swatch much like this one. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this row, and then I'll meet you guys back when I'm done. Alright, crafties, so I have finished my row, and so now if I wanted to, I could do my returning pass and work up a couple more rows. Who knows where this project may go. So I'm gonna leave it on my needles for now. I hope today's tutorial was helpful for you guys. If so, go ahead, leave me a thumbs up. It helps YouTube to recommend my videos more. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on future weekly content like this. I post Tunisian tutorials, of course, on Tuesdays, and don't forget to check out my other social media for pattern updates and other stuff like that. I'm pretty much on everything except Snapchat. So until next time, guys, happy making.